I think it's fair to say many Diablo fans, including myself, were more than a little bit deflated with the character's handling throughout Diablo 4, with the intense hype and build of Inarius, only to have his story cut woefully short in his battle against Lilith in Hell. And, like many of you, my first thoughts when seeing his essence dissolving into Hell's halls of hatred was, there has to be some type of DLC or return for the father of mankind, and probably wrapped in a hellish new form. Congruently, I came across a Reddit theory that instantly struck a chord and felt, for the lack of a better word, right for the character. So, without further ado, I will read the theory of Inarius' return in its entirety and give my personal thoughts of the validity of each point at the end. So Genius in Disguise wrote the following on the Diablo 4 subreddit. While the cinematic is truly amazing, I think Inarius may not actually be dead and is on his way to being the new big bad of this series, more than Mephisto or other primevals. It's no secret that Diablo draws heavily on the Bible and evangelic faith for their lore. However, the main antagonists of the franchise, the primevals, are just lords of hell. Baal, Mephisto, and Diablo are just demons of higher caliber, but there is one Bible-inspired ruler of hell that has been missing thus far: Lucifer, aka Satan himself. Lucifer is called the Morning Star, the Lightbringer, and most notably is a fallen angel. And Diablo's fallen angel, of course, is Inarius. The cinematic shot where his light illuminates the church's troops is quite telling. I think that our bad boy Inarius is in some shape or form cooking in boiling soup to emerge as Lucifer and have revenge upon the heavens for their defiance and rejection of his truly. I also believe that demons in the game speak literally to confuse. When Mephisto told Nirel that trapping him in a soulstone will doom Sanctuary, he didn't mean it because Lilith would win. He meant that he would be the one who would end the human world. Likewise, when Lilith said, "You belong in hell," she meant that literally, as she tore off Inarius' wings and trapped him in the monolith of despair or whatever the building was. The way she tore his wings while assimilating and corrupting him is also potentially hinting. But what do you think? Will he be in absolute evil, or am I overthinking the whole thing? Either way, the cinematic is mind-blowing. Now, there was an edit saying many people mentioned that we've already seen fallen angels being Iswal and Malthael, and while this is true, Lucifer was never the only fallen angel in the Bible either. In fact, if I remember correctly, he was sent to hell because he formed an opposing fallen angel faction that angered God enough to cast the naughty ones down to hell. In fact, in Diablo, some of the demons like Asmodeus, even Baal, are counted as fallen angels in Christianity. Perhaps there is a greater mystery waiting to be unraveled in the franchise, smiley winky face. Edit number 2. Inarius' main folly in the campaign is essentially pride or being prideful. Even Lilith comments on Inarius' pride for attributing prophecy to himself. Pride is a deadly sin that is attributed to Lucifer also. Now, for my take on things, I think this is a fantastic theory, but first off I want to say I am not a theologist, so take my appraisal with a grain of salt, but I do agree that Inarius' Church of Light's priesthood draws heavily on Christianity and symbology therein, and ostensibly the developers have really focused on Catholicism with their accents and regalia of the priesthood. Although Inarius himself, being a bit heavy-handed with sinners, he definitely feels more Old Testament than New. I also agree that the fallen angel trope has been explored with Iswal and Malthael, yet the saying I posted at the front of this video, "It's better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven," it really rings in my ears, especially as I originally thought Inarius would be ruling from hell, like a rabid dog loosed after his jailer disappeared, which the developers had said. And with the primes absent, when seeing early artwork for Diablo 4 and especially Hell, I thought that perhaps he had taken over. And speaking to Inarius being absorbed by the demonic essence of Hell, it's true that Iswal, although he appears to have his angelic spirit when defeated in Diablo 2, actually has an outer layer of demonic flesh that, for all intents and purposes, has made him physically a demon. Unlike angels who once they're slain, die and then are replaced by a new angel, demons die and simply reform, which is what we see Iswal does in his return in Diablo 3. Therefore, it is wholly possible and most likely probable we will see a demonic Inarius return, and possibly before the two primes Diablo and Baal can reform in Hell. Now what does that spell for his character or even Sanctuary? I don't know. His rule may be a welcome change for demons, also sick of the status quo of the three. As we've not really toyed with usurpers in Hell too much, or I should say, beings that could effectively replace the three, until we saw in Diablo 4 Lilith attempt to absorb Mephisto and take his place. Conceptually, it seems like they're going down this path of how do we mantle the original three? Now, shout out to Tomkin on Discord who brought this idea to my attention, which, by the way, we do have a solid community of lore lovers that share some amazing facts and theories. Case in point of this video, so make sure to join. Also, as always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, Traveler.
Sacrifice. Silence is their judgment.
But I set things right. What more would you have me do? Tell me. Please. Tell me.
The heavens do not speak to you anymore.
Heavens, protect me!
No, you belong in hell.